So I got involved with the project after the grant had been won in delivery, and I've been the project manager. But Caring for God's Acre, who I work for, were very involved in developing it with the PCC. The whole restoration element of it, Kieran's conservation work, I found really interesting, and I really properly noticed just how beautiful they are, and just how many there are as well of these phenomenal Georgian tombs. So definitely in terms of the built heritage, and I think it's got us all to take a little bit more of a long, hard look at the legacy of slavery and the accumulation of wealth, how it trickled down, not just the big stately homes, as it were. So I think that's been a really useful thing. But yeah, I've definitely learnt more about the history of the town generally, really, I would say. I'm going to give two highlights. I think watching the conservation work happen was really, that was just great. I've never seen built heritage being restored like that, conserved like that, week on week, just watching how they work. And I found that really interesting. And the final celebration, the way people pulled together at the end and made something happen in pretty difficult circumstances, and the whole buzz of it was really brilliant. Oh, huge. I mean, the project should have ended over a year ago. The Heritage Fund were very flexible, very helpful. They let us extend. They gave us a small uplift. But basically, the two big events were going to be live, and then they had to go online. It's easy with hindsight to see the timing, but when you're actually in it, we kept thinking we'd be able to do a live event and then had to retract. We did that in both years. And also the conservation work was completely put on hold, and then we had to deal with the fact that Elliott Ryder were based in Wales, which had different rules from England, and so sometimes we were open but they couldn't get to us, sometimes they were open but we weren't. So yeah, it had a huge amount of extra work and complication, really. Well, I think the PCC are more aware of what they're looking after. I think they'll look after them going forward. So I really hope they will. Kieran's, given them clear direction what needs doing. So I think they will. I think we've got a really nice interpretation. The leaflets are lovely, and so I think people will come and visit the churchyard more and visit it, and in a more sort of informed way, get more out of their visit. Well, obviously we've now held the loss of a series of very important listed monuments. So that's one thing. They're now in a good state for hopefully many decades, if not hundreds of years. And as I say, I think the town is now more aware of the churchyard as a destination and an interesting place, and I really hope people see it as a place that really illustrates the history. You can wander around and see the history of the town very much displayed here if you know how to look, and I think people have learnt a bit how to look. It's been really lovely the way we've brought together actual physical work and fun stuff with quite in-depth research, which then informed things like songs, and so I think that way of bringing in what looks from the outside quite dry historical research and bringing it alive has been a real delight. I think the whole singing project perhaps has been a real delight, and reached the project out much further than we would have done without it.